Ahoy! Welcome everybody to another edition of the Zlin Film Festival Bubbles. And today in the bubble we have a very special guest, Raquel Cincinnati, who
Yeah.
made a beautiful, beautiful animated and not only animated short film called Madeleine. And I guess that Raquel is the most qualified person in the room to tell us what this film is all about in, let's say, 5 sentences.
Sure. Hi, everyone. The film is a documentary about my friendship with my friend Madeleine, who was 167 years older than I am. We came from
Excuse me?
67
Not
years old.
167. Huh?
67.
Okay.
She was 100 and when I met her, she was 102 and I was 35 or 36. And so I recorded interviews and our relationship throughout 6 years, and then I made an animation about it as if you had gone on a trip to the ocean.
Mm-hmm. But you said it's a documentary because, of course, it's based on things that really happened to you. Documentaries seldom deal with the theme of friendship. So how come you made a documentary that was specifically about a friendship? It means that you met each other and something was going on there that was worth being transferred into a documentary.
Yeah. Well, the idea started before I wanted to make a documentary with, I wanted to have a senior woman as a protagonist because I thought the seniors were not well portrayed in most films I would see. So basically, I wanted to make a documentary that showed the good sides of aging, and I was looking for a character that was really, really old, or a few characters. It would be, I didn't know exactly how I would do that, but I would start researching and make interviews and then decide the format for which how I would work in this documentary. And it ended up that we became very, very good friends. And then the documentary was just about us because it was a special friendship. I immigrated from Brazil to Canada. We had very different backgrounds. We spoke different languages, and we had a very big difference in age.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how I had idea to make the documentary, but I don't think it would hold by itself to have our conversations in her living room. She was a very special woman, very positive, with a very good desire to live, even though she was 102 years old. But she wouldn't leave the house, no matter what, how much I tried. So the only way I had to take her out of the house was through animation,
Uh-huh.
and so that's what I did.
We're in a children's film festival where we often fight for the right for children to be portrayed correctly and in a representable way. But what you just said really intrigues me because it's something that we often hear as well. On the other end of the spectrum is the senior people. And I can't remember how long ago it is since I saw a film that really gave a nice and truthful portrayal of senior people. And actually, that's what your film does.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think there was something that she wanted to be positive, and I mean, she was very positive, honestly, in the film. Like, she's very happy and optimist, and throughout our relationship and throughout the film, she always say to never give up life, and that's the secret of living a good life. And I think and I hope I made an honor to her to portray her as like the good sides of aging. And she was healthy, that's true, but there were many good things that she says about aging that we don't normally see in films. So
So you choose this specific format or specific method to tell the film, which is a combination of live action and animation, which stop motion animation, which we rarely get to see. Why was this the perfect format to do it?
uh, well, I'm trained in stop motion. That's the kind of animation I do, but also I wanted to use the footage of Madeleine because she's amazing and she's beautiful. She's a great woman, but I couldn't hold a whole film like just heads talking in a living room. And knew I had to transition between live action and animation often. And I think the stop motion is three dimensional. It's the textures is it's very human. They're the effects, their defaults that I thought it could help to make those transitions because a few times in the film I transitioned to animation and back into
Hmm.
live action, and I think stop
How
motion
challenging is that? to do it correctly?
It was very challenging. I think that was one of the biggest challenges of the film, and it was a lot of try and errors. I had
Yeah,
to
but you,
try
in the end,
many.
you succeeded completely. I think everyone who will see the film will agree about that. The transitions are made in a very well overthought way.
Yeah, yeah, I think they do work. It was a challenge, and I wanted that. My challenges were I wanted transition between two mediums, animation and live action, and I want transition between live action and between documentary and fiction. All the dialogues are unscripted dialogues that I transpose to a fiction background.
Dialogues were unscripted, you said, but they were taken from a lot of footage or research that you collected. It was not a short process.
No, that was I think I edited for a year and a half because I had over 600 hours of footage to make into a 15-minute
Yeah, but you
shorts.
also said that you told me that you had like 6 years of working towards the final dialogue. Is it
Yes.
the
Well,
material that you
I
collected?
recorded for 6 years, and then after about 4 years, that's when I knew what I was gonna do, and I applied for grant. I got the grant, and I knew I had to edit this dialogue. And while I was still editing dialogues from the past 4 years, I was still having meetings with her every week and having more dialogues. But I didn't know how I would do. So what I did, I edit the dialogues and I kept the things I loved the most and that portray her the better. And then I put them in an order. I basically create a narrative arc, fictional narrative arc to use these dialogues in the film.
Another technical challenge because you said that the combination of live action and stop motion, but it's not simply stop motion. You use a very specific material for your to create your stop motion animation. It's all made out of wool.
Yeah, I did the needle felted puppets. I chose wool because I wanted everything that is alive in the film to be organic material. I also thought at the beginning I would integrate some knitting in the film because she would knit a lot.
Hmm.
But at the end, the knitting was too complicated and it was not included in the film. But I really wanted to have organic materials for all living things in the film, the characters, the animal characters, the flowers.
Did you know what you were working towards too? Did you have an idea of what the final result would be like?
Not really. It was a low budget film. I didn't really have much idea what I was doing because I never worked with this technique. And I had a team that was amazing, but there were many interns who didn't really know much more than I did. So yeah, it was try and error, and I'm very happy it ended up working out well.
So a lot of it was invented in the process or on the spot while you were creating the.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of things, decisions were made. Even like the final scene of the film, it
Mhm.
was something I decided really last minute. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, which is the last transition to live action
Yeah.
and
And you're
and
still happy
animation.
about that.
Yes, I'm very happy. Yes.
Then I'm very happy too. I have one last question for you. You've been in Zlin now for how long?
One day.
One day.
Yes.
What's your first impression of the city?
It's really nice. I love the architecture.
Hmm.
I haven't gone very far, but yeah, it feels like there's some amazing architecture
But you
around.
you already know what the glorious empire of Zlin is built upon.
Shoes.
Exactly. So I would like to ask you as a last question that we have for all our guests. Could you show your shoes to the camera, for instance, by putting them on the table?
Yes.
But you just put them on the table.
Oh,
That
on
might
the
be easy.
table.
And tell us a story about where do they come from, or why do you wear them, or how do they end up in Czech Republic with you?
Oh, well, they're from far. They're from Australia, I guess. I bought them in Montreal, but I think that brand is quite well known. And why I came with it, I guess I didn't really think. I was just like working crazy hour days, and I got home. I made my luggage in 1 hour, and I got the first shoes that I saw. I wish I had planned it better, but that's how it was.
But you're happy with your pick.
Yes, I'm very happy. It's very comfortable. It's a little bit warm for the weather, but it's nice.
Thank you to share all the details about your choice for shoes. And
Very
we're very
welcome.
happy that your shoes were in the studio. We're very happy that you were in the studio, Raquel Cincinnati. And we're also very happy that your film is in this festival. And we hope that many people will go and watch it in one of the short film programs that we have in this Lynn Film Festival. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much to Rachel, but as well, thank you too much for the people watching our Lynn Film Festival Bubbles. We hope to see you here again. And for now, I can only say ahoy.